Sorry.
Did you just like some like weird like discovery or anything?
Just processing, you know. Okay, so doesn't sound like you're buying what I'm selling at all. So, what do you think?
I've been up since like 6:30.
Yeah, that's.
What were you selling?
No well, so I said something about. We were talking about.
Super laid back.
Yeah, like the laid back.
Oh, no,
we're talking about the assignment. Okay.
I just wanted to throw that in there so like I didn't say that.
Okay, no, I'm not judging. Not judging at all. I actually am a TA here, so I have students all the time. I get the college mindset pretty well. So, how can we go about doing that for you? What strategy? I don't know what strategy is best for you. I don't have paper on me.
I have no clue.
Oh, that's busy. This is why you gotta come prepared. Oh, we have a whiteboard. All right. Is this a busy week for you, or is this a dead week for you?
It's dead week.
All right, so I want you to write down 10 things you have to do between now and Sunday.
Okay. Let's see.
10 items, no particular order.
These are gonna be easy.
You heard that? He's working on schoolwork for your class because it's very, very important. Shh. He's listening. There's no double window or anything. We can bleep out stuff. And simplest things could be walking your dog. Things you have to do between now and Sunday.
Let's see, between now and Sunday?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, wait, no, never mind. They were
Alright, so you got presentation. What about like your personal life? What else do you have to do? Or what else are you planning on doing?
really nothing.
Doing nothing this weekend.
Pretty much, yeah.
Alright, so, little theme here. You can't see it on the video, but he wrote 4 things down. Okay? I believe that those are probably the 4 most important things you have to do between now and Sunday. Do you think there's anything else on there that should be up there that you're not thinking of?
This isn't like some trick question you're gonna go, what about eating or something, is it?
No, I wasn't gonna go that cheesy.
No, that's...
Eating! Oh, mind blown.
Yeah, that's pretty much all that.
Alright, so you're not doing any cleaning, you're not hanging out with any friends, you're not...
No, not really. Not like planning anyway. I never really plan. It just kind of like if I either decide to text someone or they text me, and it happens.
Okay. And that's fine. What, oh, I had one right here. What about your training? Because are you training at all this week?
I had the turn on Saturday. I was going to try and work in some lifts, but again, that depended on how much time I had from those stuff.
Okay. So, here's the problem I have with this. If we rated all of these items, they all when we're doing like time management, we have things we need to get done, we want to get done, and we would like to get done. Okay? So 3 major categories. I would bet every single one of these falls into this category.
Okay.
Right? Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah, you're good.
What's the problem with that?
You're not making time for the things you would want or like to do.
Yeah, there's no balance there, right? And this is crunch. this is that time of year, so I'll cut you a little bit of slack. But especially when you don't write things down, some people, when they don't write things down, they're really good at remembering everything they need to do. The wants kind of get pushed further and further back. That's kind of like where the procrastination comes by, because they're like, oh, I wanted to work on this project, but I don't need to do it. So those things you kind of forget. The things you would like to do are the things in your life that, if you have the time, you would like to do it. So, I'd like to go out with my friends this weekend because I need to blow off some steam from doing all the things I need to do. If you don't keep those in mind too, and you don't have a system for having those in your life, then you kind of get out of balance. So you get burned out because you're working constantly on what you need to do. The other downside of this is when you're thinking about the things you need to do, those all equal stress. The reason you accomplish the things you need to do is because the stress level goes up. So the difference between things in the want and the need category is the stress your brain creates concerning that item. Okay? So right now, everything you just listed increases your stress. There's not one thing on there that actually decreases your stress. So from an organizational standpoint, that's a big red flag because, oh, hey, like I'm sure you're going to do things to blow off that stress, but it's not structured. And that's not a bad thing necessarily. You know, some people do it naturally, but when we're talking about organizing your day, like if you were to follow an organizational plan, that would be your biggest struggle, is making sure you have the time for the things you want to get done, or maybe the chores or whatever. Those things would get pushed out of the way for the things you need to get done. And so for you, an activity might be choosing a couple things that would satisfy some of the likes. So, what would you like to do between now and Sunday? If you had all 4 of those assignments weren't there, what would you do?
I guess still go to the gym.
All right.
Let's see. I guess maybe I did remember as you were talking, I am supposed to go out this weekend because my friends are graduating. So.
Okay. Where are you going?
Probably just the bar.
Which bar?
No, I want to tell you, I don't know yet, but I'm kind of afraid to do that. Yeah, private forum, honestly.
Just making conversation.
I got you.
No judgment here. I'll delay the release of the video so that Cole can't give you crap. All right, so go out with friends. Still go to the gym. Okay, better. What else?
I guess I haven't had a lot of time for guitar lately.
All right. Outside of school and the gym, what do you do to develop yourself as a person?
What do you mean?
Develop skills, develop talents.
I play guitar and piano.
Okay. How long have you been playing?
Guitar I've been playing since I think 7th grade. Piano I started to teach myself I think junior year of high school.
Okay.
That's when it's been a lot more on and off.
Okay.
Besides those, I haven't had a lot of time for it. That one's gonna come back to bite me now the rest of this video. But drawing.
Drawing?
Yeah, I used to draw and paint a lot more.
Okay.
Paint. Yeah. More draw.
What kind of painting?
Well, I actually didn't say painting. I only did that. I only did that 1 year in high school, but I liked it.
But you liked it, so.
See, I knew that was gonna come up. I knew that was gonna happen. Well, that one semester in high school, we did oil, acrylic, and watercolor.
Okay.
And I actually have a watercolor set, but I'm not a big watercolor fan. But I like doing oil, but those are super expensive.
Yeah, I painted oil painting. That's why I asked. So, gotcha. So, okay. What else?
Let's see. The counts, I play Xbox.
What do you Xbox One?
Yeah.
What do you play?
I got Dark Souls 3 a little bit ago. But
Okay.
I've had a lot of tests, so it's been on and off playing.
Okay.
Or still have games or just about anything still?
Just
Oh,
you
yeah.
tell me.
Let's see. What else do I do? I work with mentally challenged and behavioral kids back home.
Okay, is that part of?
That's my job. It's like I go to schools, and they'll like be in a group of like, I hate saying non-learning stuff because it makes me feel bad now. Non-mentally challenged or behavioral kids, and I help them like kind of play with them.
Like integrate,
Yeah.
essentially?
It's like the job title is inclusion.
Makes a lot of sense. So, is that kind of what you want to do long term?
That's kind of how I got into the OT thing. Originally, I wanted to do music therapy, and then I was like, well, if that's hard to get a job, OT is pretty much that plus other stuff. So I'll do that.
Okay. Interesting. So, for you then, I'm not going to say you have to do really structured time management. You did, though, talk about not having time to do these things. And so a big, like, that's a red flag for me, because most people, and you could be the exception, you could be working a ton of hours, workplace, taking a ton of classes, and you're just busy all the time. But a lot of college students overestimate how busy they are. And it's
I can see it.
it's a common theme, I'm so busy, I have Edward 40 hands and I don't know how to get anything else done, So that's a quick trap. Have you ever done an analysis of how you spend your day?
Not like a formal analysis. I've thought about it.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of days where, like, I won't do anything really.
What'd you do today?
What did I do today? Well, that's unfair, because today, like, the entire day really has actually just been in classes.
Okay. So you were in class all day?
Well, let's see. Okay. We're going through this now. 8 to
all over
9
the place.
8 to 9:15 I had class.
Okay.
And then literally in that same classroom at 9:30 was my next class.
You were up at 6:30 though.
Yeah.
So just getting ready, eating
It's
breakfast.
because if I don't get up at 6:30, like I used to try to get up at 7 for that class, but then like because it's so early, I will just lie in bed and try to convince the rest of my body to move. So it's like I give myself that extra half hour to actually move.
Okay. So that's just
Yeah.
the time it takes to get yourself going.
Got up, got breakfast, went to class, and then the second class doesn't end till 10:50. Went back to my room, tried to recover like a good 20 minutes of sleep. Woke up, got lunch, and then like went to my next class at 1:30.
Okay. And then from there, you just came over
here,
after? 1:30 you said till like 3?
Well, I got there at 1:30, but it started at 2 and ended at 3:30.
Okay. So you have classic inefficient college schedule. So you have a bunch of like 15, 30-minute breaks.
Yeah.
Like, and that's a lot of it's because of the way the classes are structured. They're giving you time to go from point A to point B, and if you're not taking the class right back to back, then you have like a chunk. That's not your fault by any stretch, but that's just the reality of your schedule. Is you have a lot of time in there that is hard to use efficiently.
Yeah.
You're not going to paint in between your class at 12 and then 1. Like that's not painting hour. It's not just as much as fun as that would be. That isn't practical. What areas do you think you could do a better job with time management?
Let's see. I guess trying to convince myself a lot less that I need just 15 minutes to like lie down.
Okay.
Because a lot of times I'll do that and then I'll fall into that. Like this year I had like one kind of mini goal where it was like I was gonna make my bed every morning, which sounds like a really weird thing to have because I feel like most people just do that, but I'm lazy as hell.
I haven't made my bed.
Because my idea was like if I don't make my bed, maybe I'm not getting out of bed because instead I'm lying down, pulling the covers over me, and now it's like I'm just shot straight into that half awake phase. But maybe if I make my bed and just lie down without the covers, like it'll be easier for me to get up. So I was trying to do that for a period of time to kind of fix it.
Okay.
It was working a little bit, and now I've stopped making my bed. But
So why?
it's hard to do things at 6 in the morning.
So you're saying you have to get up at 6 so you're ready for your classes, but part of the thing that's messing you up is the fact that you keep laying back down, and that's why you have to wake up earlier. So, and I'm just trying to understand.
You're fine.
So why can't you just sleep till 6:30, wake up then, and be up from that point on, and not play that up, but in bed, back and forth?
Like, I'll stay awake most of the time. It'll just literally be like I'm lying down and I'm just really comfortable. So sometimes, like, I don't know, you ever like just lie down like you're literally too comfortable to get up and just go and do something real fast?
Like all the time.
Yeah.
That's it's a daily occurrence. Okay. Anytime someone talks about a goal and then they stop working towards that goal, like, it's interesting why they do that. You know, did your goal change? Did something come up to prevent you from doing that? What was it? Did it stop being important? Did your idea was to help with this other problem of not having the covers on and wanting to stay there as long? Did that actually work?
A little bit. I've like sat in my chair a lot more instead of like lying in the bed. Try and help it too, and that been good with that. I also like I don't drink a lot of caffeine because like it gives me migraines, but like I don't really drink coffee, but like I'll drink tea. So I started doing that a lot more, and that kind of wakes me up a little bit in the morning.
Okay. What other strategies would help you go from that groggy state to up, ready to attack your day? You have a class on sleep yet?
No.
In sight? Oh. I think it's here. There's supposed to be a really good class, like psych class on sleep. I think it's here. Is where they were talking about it. Anyway, sorry, not to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
So what else do you think you can do to help reach that same end goal, but with a different strategy than making your bed? Like that type B is coming back again.
I'm really not sure.
Okay, that's fine. We're not going to solve all your problems.
Yeah.
It's just I just met you, so it'd be really impressive if I could, but no. Okay. So we've talked about a lot of stuff. I've thrown a lot of stuff against the wall. What's sticking? What sounds good? What do you want to kind of get into a little bit deeper, and then before we can go and kind of set some challenges or goals for you to work on as yourself? Normally, if we would meet more than once, I would give you specific goals, and then we'd come back and talk about those goals and make new goals, and then it'd be back and forth. Because this is just like a one-time meeting, I'll still help you and give you some things you can work on, but it's more intrinsic, if that makes sense. So what's really sticking out from our talk?
I guess just the thought that like when I say I'm busy, I do have a lot more free time than maybe I'm admitting I have.
Okay. What kind of tasks can you do with 15 minutes of free time?
Like if I'm only at my room for 15 minutes, or like just 15 minutes in between classes.
Which one's more likely to happen?
The second one, but I feel like there's a lot less I can do there.
Okay. So, good. That's a good realization that you don't have access to a lot of the things. I think the best thing to say was you don't have access to a lot of things for your needs and wants. It's not like you can, you live in the dorms, but it's not like you could do 15 minutes of dishes or vacuum for 15 minutes or throw in laundry. Like those tasks aren't there. There's a lot of room though for your likes. And again, we're gonna pull out this bad boy. You have this on you, and this connects to the internet. You have a phone that connects to the internet, right? There's so many things you can do in terms of helping you set up your day. If you wanted to add like an organizational activity, so helping you plan out your day more, a lot of people don't like doing that because it takes time to do it. You have 15 minutes in between classes. You could just go in real quick. All right, assignment 1, boom, which you already said you do, but structuring it more, okay, I have assignment 1, that's my need. What's a want and a like I can put with that? So it's kind of adding that balance.
So not just scheduling things I have to do, but stuff like hobbies too?
Yeah, that helps people who don't like organize a little bit better. Like for me personally, I started actually planning like times to play racquetball or sand volleyball or things, tennis, like those are structured into my week now. And so now I have friends who, hey, it's Tuesday, are we still on to play racquetball? Yeah, of course, it's Tuesday. Like, it's a no-brainer for me. I don't have to spend time convincing someone to go out. It lines up with my schedule and their schedule. It's something I like to do, and now it takes zero work to have that in my life. That's kind of what I'm talking about, if that makes sense. So that 15 minutes, you could do that. 15 minutes, you could do another stress management technique like humor therapy, or you can...
Humor therapy?
Humor therapy, you know, like...
Or just watching a fun show? Or...
You could watch funny shows, you could... So watch shows, comedians. You could just go on the meme boards or follow comedians on Twitter. Like, there's so many. My friend has what she calls a happy app. And it's literally, most news is focused on like negative events.
Yeah.
The app is literally, their whole goal is just positive things. And so she goes on that, and each day, and she's reading about like these awesome stories or this awesome thing that happened across the world, and like that's what she does, and she plans that throughout her day. So, hey, today I need to get in my 10 minutes on my happy app. Like, and that's her goal. Or kind of dealing with her stress. Music, for you, maybe it's listening to something, but then learning like the actual music behind it. So, hey, this song, I want to actually look at the music itself, or maybe you don't read music, but you want to listen to it by ear and see if you could, okay, so I'd have to do this and that, and like mentally go through how to practice it. You don't have to have a guitar, but you could do activities to work on your guitar skills without a guitar there. You could also bring your guitar to class. So you'll be that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll be that guy. It has to be acoustic, otherwise it doesn't count. Bring a capo and you get extra credit. No, so you could do that. Again, not necessarily going to recommend that, but you could have a sketchbook, and maybe art, you do it. I don't know what kind of art you like to do. Some people like to just sketch things around them. Other people like to sketch creative things and just create images. For you, that's 15 minutes. It could be, all right, I never get to do art. I have 15 minutes between now and my next class. I'm going to put on some music to block everyone out and just draw for 15 minutes. Okay? That right there, you can get, if you have 2 or 3 breaks, that's 30 to 45 minutes a day, which right now maybe you talk to people, or maybe you use that time, maybe you are on your phone checking like emails, but it's not as efficient as you could be. And it's not something I would, like, for me personally, I'd give up checking my phone, like checking Facebook, my email, all that stuff. If I could, like, for 15 minutes to do something I really like to do, I'd much rather do that and do that other stuff other times in my day. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, totally.
What else is kind of ringing true?
Let's see.
I'm a visual person, so I keep...
I guess one thing as far as, like...
There's nothing up there.
Wait, what? This is more, I guess, for the summer more than here, because like I said, I have a lot of free time here. But, like, last summer, I wanted to keep up with the same workout schedule I did at school. Because normally at home, I'm stuck with only maybe 3 days instead of, like, the 5 I got here.
Okay.
And, but I would work. And I would work from, like, 7 to 5. And because, like, I mean... I don't know if you ever worked with kids. Like, it's one of those things that doesn't sound that hard, but sometimes, like, especially if you got one that's, like, emotionally kind of messed up, where, like, you have to keep doing it. Okay, stop trying to punch me. Stop trying to punch that kid. Stop trying to do something.
That's what the jiu-jitsu's for.
Yeah, right? There was actually one girl who was, she was, like, 5 years old. This is probably bad. This is recorded, but I don't think she ever said. She kept trying to kick me. So one day I remembered something I learned in class. I didn't kick her back. It was only my dad. But she went to kick me. Do you know what a check is? Like, you check someone's kick?
Yeah, so that they don't